So I started a 6-week jade egg training. So it hasn't actually started yet. But today is day 1 of the pleasure countdown. So look, I want to tell everybody that I've always been passionate about empowering women to take control of their own pleasure, healing, and self-care. But lately I felt really burnt out myself and disconnected from my own sexual energy. So that's why I've decided to start this 6-week jade egg journey. Okay, so what I really want to talk about is, what's going on with the day-to-day, the emails that I'm getting. So I'm not actually recording them on the day that they're coming out because, I'm kind of doing them. I'm writing my notes. I'm really digesting everything. And then it's, a couple of days later that I'm kind of writing the blog and doing the videos so that I can talk about it after I've kind of processed the fact, because I'm one of those people that when things really happen, my emotions are kind of all over the place and I'm up, I'm down, I'm thinking of 10 different things. And I really don't want to put things out there until I've had the time to really digest what's happened and how I feel. And then I can kind of share that with you. So that's what I'm doing. So today is not Monday, the 21st of August. Today, I'm just talking about it. Okay, so day 1 of the pleasure journey, we got a email with a PDF from Manjit, and she was talking about the power of celebration and the community. She actually sent us a video as well, talking about our guide of this journey. Her message was really heartfelt, so I'm not going to play it for you because I don't want to take away from her training and her experience and everything like that. So I just want to talk to you about what has happened and tell you a little bit about kind of what we go through rather than showing you the actual trainings. Manjit's personal celebration. She embarks on this jade egg journey, and she shared that she'll be showing up from the heart and the energy. She promised to celebrate each one of us and our individual journeys, creating a space where everything is beautiful and magical. Her words filled me with a sense of anticipation and gratitude, reinforcing my belief that this experience will be transformative in ways I can't even imagine yet. Now, I did actually read that from my notes because I didn't want to mess it up because I'm not great. I can talk about how I feel, but that one I thought was really important. So in the PDF, there was a moment of reflection. There was some questions, and I'm going to share with you some of the questions and some of my answers. So question number 1 was, what are you proud of? Now, I was never really told as a child that, from my parents that they were proud of me. So it's not something I sit here and think, oh, I'm, so proud of myself and I'm proud of this and I'm proud of that. And it just doesn't come naturally to me to want to express or even think about those emotions really of myself. I can definitely say I'm proud of other people, but when I think about myself, I don't feel proud. And it's really interesting because it took me a little bit sitting there kind of thinking it through, and I had to pause and really reflect and think, wow, I'm actually really proud of a lot of things that I've accomplished. This business being the main thing that I'm proud of. Ones of the Last is almost 2 years old now, and I think it's come a long way from just an idea that I had, during COVID on a drunken night. It's really started becoming who I am in so many different ways, from my practice before, my journey. It's definitely helped my spiritual journey, but it's helped me in shaping who I want to be. I'm proud of that. I'm proud of how much Wands of Lust has come. I'm also working full-time still. I'm very proud of my dedication and my motivation, my focus to really still be working full-time, having the business, and really being able to put myself into both of them. I'm proud that I can do that. I'm very, very proud. One thing that I don't really ever talk about this on camera. I really struggle to talk about it. I'm really proud of my journey that I've overcome with vaginism. I had vaginism from a relationship that I was in between 18 and 21 years old. That stayed with me for a few years after that, and I struggled to really open up to another partner after that. It was a lot of healing and self-care that I had to do to really overcome some of the things that happened in that relationship. Without going too deep into it, I'm very proud of my journey to overcome vaginism. It's an emotional journey to think of, and I don't let myself really reflect back on what had happened back then, because it's not something that's really affecting me today, although it has formed where I'm at in my journey and my life, having this business. But it was really hard. It was very, very difficult. Question number 2. What do you want to brag about? This is really hard because I really don't like to brag. I don't even like to talk about myself, to be honest. Even dating, like I can talk about myself, but I feel so uncomfortable talking about myself. Obviously, my friends and family, the people closest to me, I can just talk all day about, what I want. But I hate bragging. I really, really hate bragging about myself. I find it just so uncomfortable. I'm really hoping that this journey will allow me to feel comfortable talking about myself and embracing the things that I should be bragging about. Once of last I should be bragging about. I should be screaming from the rooftops talking about it. If this journey teaches me anything, it's that acknowledging your own greatness isn't bragging, it's self-love. That's what I keep telling myself. Don't want to brag, but it is self-love. Let's see how that goes. I'm going to come back to this question right at the end of the course and see if I want to brag then. I think this will be an interesting one to see how comfortable I am trying to brag about myself. Okay, question number 3. What are you celebrating about your life and yourself in this moment? It's really interesting because I didn't want to brag about myself at all, but I'm so proud to celebrate certain things, certain aspects, certain traits of me, because I think that I have incredible strength. That probably comes from witnessing my parents' divorce and their unhappy marriage, to some of the relationships that I was in my earlier 20s. A lot of emotional and mental strength, not just physical. I'm strong. No, I'm not really strong. But yeah, definitely mentally strong person. I like to celebrate that. I'm extremely determined. Once I have my focus on something, my determination is hands down really, really hard to beat. I love living life on my terms, but I'm so fiercely independent. I love making my own choices. I can make my own choices. My curiosity, and I think that this is one thing that has kind of also led me to where I am with Wands of Last, and my yoni eggs and the jade egg journeys and everything. I don't want to be in the realm of these people who live in this box, and it's like, oh well, society says I should do this, society says that, or my mother didn't do this, or my mother didn't do that, or I didn't learn about this isn't Western medicine. Like, I want to explore different avenues. I want to know that all of these other alternative things are not going to work. I have such a curious mind that sometimes I get into such a deep hole of Googling things, researching things, and understanding why, rather than just somebody saying, Julie, go and do this. But why? Why are we doing this? Like, where does this come from in our mind? I'm so curious. Okay, so another thing that I'm really happy to celebrate is my intuition. I feel like I've always had a really good woman's intuition. You know, sometimes that can be shut down. We can be gaslighted, and as women, we're kind of taught in some ways to not listen to that because, you know, it's jealous or it's this or it's a feeling and that's not right. But I have such a strong intuition and I follow it. Like sometimes I follow it and it always leads me in the direction that I knew. Maybe I'm psychic. No, probably, definitely not psychic. But I definitely have a strong intuition. I have this strong inner compass that I've learned to implicitly guide me through decisions, big and small. Dive deeper today into my products and my journey at onesoflast.com.au. Follow and like.